What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys for joining us again. You guys got to forgive us. I've been a little bit on the downside with some tooth problems that I had to go get fixed, but we back now.
We both been under the weather. It's been a struggle, y'all. Y'all know how that temperature has got us.
Right.
My boy got hurt. I got sick. It's been a struggle.
Right. Been a struggle. Guys, listen. We want to come to you today. We're going to talk about some of the Latino community actually seemingly blaming black people for the votes that they made. All right. I want you to pay attention to this video, and then me and Danny going to talk about it on the other side. Me and Danny might have a few different takes on this one, so just stay tuned. And here we go, y'all.
My husband, I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's like, he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is not a criminal. He voted for him, and now he's deporting his wife.
And now they deported me, and they kicking me out, and they're breaking my family apart. Before you enlist in the military, think it twice. Before you marry an immigrant, think it twice. Think it if it's really worth for you to sell this country.
Here's the other thing too. So many avenues for compartmentalization. Why it couldn't be me because it was the criminals they were going after, not us. It was the criminals. Now they can criminalize whoever. So actually, they always were able to do that. Actually, that is in fact not new. But I think some people could learn from your experience. What was that you said? Be careful before you marry an immigrant?
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything good. Just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So, you, man, let me keep my wife here. And, you know what I'm saying, man? She deserves to be here, man.
ICE reports nearly 1,000 raids in the country on Sunday alone, which is up from just under 300 on Saturday.
I think the part that I don't get is when I see there is some kind of injustice befalling any group, my mind immediately goes to connecting those dots, how that comes to apply to a group that I happen to be a part of. I don't know if that's a black people thing, because we so often are subject to whatever America decides to do, but that just has always been common sense to me. How is this something that could end up being a problem? Yet somehow, being in the group and demographic did not occur.
Eso, go home. Y cuando la gente en las redes sociales se dieron cuenta y empezaron y lo hicieron viral, ¿qué hicieron? Pusieron go to homepage, vayan a la página principal. Y a los latinos por Trump me queda decirles, les vieron la cara de estúpidos, porque eso es lo que son.
Now here has to be the absolute wildest example. A actual congresswoman, and Maria Salazar, asking Trump not to deport Cubans, Haitians, Venezuelans, and Nicaraguans.
Maria Salazar, a Republican congresswoman who openly supported Trump, is now asking him to not deport Haitians, Cubans, Venezuelans, and Nicaraguans. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, however, Trump signed an executive order which killed the process for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. This process allowed individuals from those respective four countries, Haiti, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, to come into the United States and work legally should they have a US-backed sponsor and pass a background check. Now, Maria is trying to protect the Cubans, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, and Haitians that she actively voted against by asking Trump to please not deport them. Guess she didn't think that the leopards would eat her face this big.
Could you be any more further down the yeah, but not me streets than that? You actually asked for a specific group. What is it about the other groups where you feel like they should be deported? Like, it's not about immigration status. It's not about criminals and non-criminals. It's just, those Mexicans. Now, we have seen that kind of mindset at play often. I've just never seen it in black and white like that. They are bold in Florida. I tell you that. They are bold. I'm not talking about you, Matt Gaetz. No, I'm not talking about you. Yeah. Go back to Cameo. Huh? They blaming black people now?
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is one of the 3 major credit score lies you're being told by the big credit.
I'm amazed of how many people from the black community are telling me to go back to Mexico, telling Mexicans to go back to Mexico because we're illegal and it's a crime. It was also a crime when your ancestors went to Mexico, when they were escaping the white people and Mexico helped them. A lot of Mexicans got killed for that. They helped them. They helped your people. We didn't oppress you guys. And this is how you guys pay us.
Now, I haven't engaged in any of that kind of behavior, and I find it to be beneath us. That being said, that is actually not how we repaid you. How we repaid you is voting in overwhelming numbers for the administration that wouldn't have carried this out. You want to see the numbers? That is how we repaid you. Sounds like somebody needs to look in the mirror. How did your people repay you?
In the past, black people needed Mexicans. Right now, Mexicans need you guys.
Oh, Lord, help me. Help me. Help me.
And in the future, you never know because things change. Sometimes maybe the white people are going to need us. Maybe the black people are going to need us. You don't know because God give us things, give us blessings, but he can take them away so fast. So you need to be humble. You need to be humble.
I see what you're doing now. I see what you're doing because she's trying to assert her citizenship. That's what it is. She's trying to assert her citizenship by doing it. It's the most American thing you could do is blame black people. That is the most American thing you could do is blame black people. Blaming black people is more American than Trump Crocs with American flag jean shorts. It is that American. Oh, you want to take it?
We tried to unify with everybody, all people of color. You want to know what they told us? Me no black. Me from the islands. Oh, they don't like our community. Oh, black people are lazy. This and that. Every time we try to reach out and be like, yo, we know what it's like to go through what you're going through. Let's unify, man. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same enemy. Let's work together. They would rather choose white supremacy. They would rather choose that. It's crazy how all other people of color have a slur for us and we don't have a slur for them. Isn't that some crazy ass shit to think about? So now that they're going through crisis and things are finna happen in this country, right? To Latinos, to the Asians, to all of them, right? Things are finna happen to them. This is a fucking fact. Especially seeing the rhetoric that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like all the hate crimes and shit. There is no unifying. We have literally tried. We have literally had our hand out there over and over and over again, trying to bring y'all in and trying to construct a plan to fight against racism. But no, y'all chose white supremacy. They keep trying to fearmonger black people. If they do this to us, what you think they're gonna do to you? Shit, we won't be surprised. We gonna be ready though. Y'all thought it couldn't be y'all. While y'all was sitting there watching everything happen to black folks, sitting there like, oh damn, that's crazy. Oh, y'all thought it could be y'all, huh? No, there's no unity, bro. We literally tried that shit already. Y'all spit on us. No, everything you have or had came off the backs of our civil rights movements. Every fucking thing. And for y'all to disrespect us constantly, then be like, we gotta stick together. All of a sudden y'all going through crisis? Fuck no. But I do wish y'all the best.
I hope you was listening.
Danny, you got the flow, sir.
So, number one, I mean, it was said on here, it was said many a times, and, you know, what the guy said at the end, I've seen it too. There's times that the Mexican community wants to go for the whites, wants to do what they want to do for the whites, and then, you know, FAFO. So I've always been one that, you know, I mean, I mean, it's like that one Latino woman that was sitting back. She was saying a lot, and she's proof that, you know, a lot of people can come up with some false stuff and bring stuff and just talk about it, and they talking outside their neck because they don't know what they're talking about. She was definitely one of them, and then she cried, and then I think she was one of the ones that was possibly being deported, or she just looked like one of the ones. The truth of the matter is that, you know, I mean, there is no doubt that the Latinos, 55% of Latinos voted for Trump to get in office, and he already said it. He said what he was going to do. He said who he was going to deport, and what do we see? The focus of the deportation, and the major focus of the deportation, is the Latino community, the Mexicans. They're going after them. And they're going after them, and it's like they're going to get people, you know, legal or illegal. Now, I hear a lot of white people sitting back saying, oh, you know, if they, you know, they're coming in, they're taking their jobs, they're doing this, and they're doing that, and it's like, you know, they're able to vote, and they're able to do this. No. The illegal people are not able to vote, y'all. You know, let's untwist that narrative. Illegals are not able to vote. You know, they may have done some ballot stuffing or whatever they've done in different states and everything like that, but by a vast majority, it was the people that were here. And when they came looking for the Latinos, when they came looking for the Mexicans, it didn't matter. You know, it wasn't nothing. You can't be sitting outside as a Latino with a strong accent, and you're, you know, and you just don't have your papers on you, and then you get pulled away to a deportation center, and they have to go do their investigation, and you're far away. It didn't matter because they couldn't tell the difference between who voted for the Latinos. I mean, who voted for Trump and who didn't. Now, she did say, and just like the brother said, there was a lot of them that was just like, you know, they don't like. You know, there's some Latinos. I'm not gonna say a lot. There's some Latinos that don't like black people.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and they said the same. You know, yeah, it was true when during the times of slavery. You know, a lot of people escaped to Mexico, and they were taken in. But see, this is the part where it's like when we talk about this FAFO. We're talking to the ones that didn't like us, that voted for Trump, and now your family member cannot be told. You can't tell the difference between which Latino voted for Trump and which didn't. And the sad part is that your abuelo and abuelas, your grandparents, are the ones that were not getting their, immigration status fixed. Y'all been rushing. We've seen it. Everybody's now seeing it. It's, all you got to do is go to any immigration place, and you'll see a lot of Latinos there, and they're scared, and they're trying to make sure they fix their immigration status before ICE gets to their city. And we warned you. We warned you. We said it over and over and over again that, vote the other way because, he already said it. It wasn't just we warned you. Trump warned you. So, you F round and found out. And now parents, grandparents, it's not really the kids. These young kids are okay because they're naturalized. But they're trying to get rid of the naturalized. So they're trying to get y'all too. Mm-hmm. The sad part is y'all are getting scooped up, and while they're scooping up your grandparents, the legal ones are getting scooped up, and they have to fund their own way back to their home when they're being flown out. And this is where it's like, we told you something. Now, before I get into my second half, I want you to take over, Marlon, and then I'll say my second part.
Danny, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I struggled a long time with this. I've actually started a fundraiser because to try to put together a march to Washington, to the Capitol. But Danny, the more I sit and think, the more, listen, man, like this woman, this Latino woman, for her to get on here and tell black people to be humble. Well, let me tell you something. Black people has been at the forefront of every single civil rights march, demonstration, whatever else you want to say, from as long as I can remember. But I don't think you understand, Latinos. When we say civil rights, this you too, brown people, African American, Latino, Spanish, whatever. We are always, as black people, in the front of this fight. And you guys benefit from everything that we do. That's what you're forgetting. So I don't want to hear you come on here talking about black people. We need to humble ourselves. We've been humble enough. Okay? Now, yeah, like I said, Dan, I struggle with this because, like you said, there are Latinos out there that didn't vote for Trump. How do we tell the difference? I don't know. But I tell you one thing. Us as black people are tired of being the first ones on the marching line, to be the first one to bleed for something that we believe in. So I'm gonna say it like this, Danny, and I know you may have a different view of it. This is what I want you Latinos to do. Yeah, we have a lot to lose in this fight. Also, we have just as much to lose in this fight as you do, and we do need to come together. We do. Speaking the honest truth. But let me tell you something. You're going to start this one off. Then we'll join in. Instead of black people always being the first one on the line, going to jail, getting in trouble, going to jail, getting killed, getting dogs sicked on us and everything. We'll always have to be the one to start this equality thing off. No, it's you guys' turn. We'll join in, but we're gonna let you get in the front for a while. But we're gonna join in with you now because we have just as much to lose than you do. But we're sick and tired of being the first ones on the front lines of the battle. So I invite my Latino community who listen to this show, organize, get it together. We'll join in after you started this time because we're sick and tired. You started, and we're going to sit back and see how much sweat and loyalty you guys are ready to put into something that we've been doing, that you've been benefiting from for decades. For decades. And that one woman getting on here talking about black people need to humble themselves. Woman, I dare you get on here and say that to us. I dare you get on here and say that to us.
Yep.
Because that's all what black people have been doing for decades, fighting for our rights. And and as we fight for our rights, you guys benefit for our. There's not a single brown American in this country that don't benefit from what black people do. From the fight that black people always seemingly has to be at the forefront of doing. So I say this to you. Yeah, I'll join in. I'll be a part of this fight. But this time, we want to see you lead the fight. You lead the marches on Washington. We'll join in with you after we see what y'all want to do. Because it's about time that black people benefited off of something that you started instead of being vice versa. And like I said, Dan, I know you may have a different take on this, and that's the wonderful thing about this show. Me and Danny don't always agree on everything. We do not always agree on everything. So that's where I stand. That's exactly where I stand. Come on, Danny, take over.
So actually, you kind of hit my second point, right? So you led me right into my second point, and that's where it is time. Okay, the one thing that I've been and what I've always been, and I've always try to look for a way to go forward. All right, I've had enough finger pointing. Okay, when it comes down to it, you have the minority, and believe it or not, the minority is becoming MAGA, and along with Donald Trump. That's the minority. Those that support him. They're becoming the minority. That's the reason they're screaming loud, and they're screaming hard, they're doing everything they are. They're becoming the minority. If Latinos, if all the immigrants combined, and let's not get it twisted, y'all. Let's not get it twisted. The Latino community is getting attacked. Okay? Y'all are getting attacked. You know, there's no one going after the European immigrants that are here illegal. There's no one going after the Australian immigrants that are here illegal. And a matter of fact, they're opening the doors to bring in more South African refugees. The white South African refugees. There's no one going after the Russians that are here illegally and working on their immigration. That's not the color they're looking for. So let's not get it twisted. And Marlon, you said it best, is, you know, Latinos, you're getting attacked, so now you need to lead the charge. And that's where I was, and how we're going to move forward in this. The one thing that we need to do, and this is where I sit back and I saw what the young brother said when he spoke his part. He said we wasn't going to help. Yeah, we're going to help because we got to come together. So yeah, we're going to help, and that's the way I feel about it. We're going to help. We're going to help you do this, but, and this is to speak to that 55% that's losing out. I'm not talking to the 45% of Latinos that was like voted opposite, and they listened to us, and they understood what needed to be done. I'm not talking to that 45%. I'm talking to the 55% that sat back and they effed around and found out. This is what I'm talking to. Number one, stop pointing your fingers and saying that black people hate you. We don't. We never did. You know, we've enjoyed being together. Now, granted, there's going to be some black people that don't like Latinos, and there's some Latinos that don't like black people. Okay, whatever. You know, get together. But a majority of us, and the majority of minorities, and what it was, because we're becoming the majority in this country, is that we're not, you know, it's not everybody against you. So them out here that keeps on pushing that narrative that, you know, the Latinos that are pushing the narrative that the blacks against you, and then the blacks are saying You know, let's stop that. Let's stop that talk because we're not against each other. Okay, that's the thing we need to stop. We need to stop talking like that because as long as we stay divided, we will keep losing.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at MAGA and you're looking at who it is that we're fighting against the principles and principalities of of basically white supremacy and fascism, racism. That's what we're fighting against. So let's bring it together. Let's bring it together, people. You know, the media is going to keep on going with it. And they're going to keep spinning it. And if you're influenced by that, and that's where you want to go, and you want to run and fight and argue and keep pointing the finger, let's stop pointing the finger. The finger, all fingers that have been fighting, going back and forth with each other. We need to stop that and point in the right direction, which is toward Donald Trump and MAGA. They want Mexicans out of here. They want Latinos out of here. Okay, they sat back and said it.
Hell, they want us out of here. I think Danny got froze up for a minute, guys. But listen, I mean, Danny's right. In the end, we do have to come together and pull together, guys. Okay, but it makes me mad to hear somebody on here talking about
my back.
Black people need to humble themselves. Yeah, you back, Danny.
Okay. Sorry about that. I guess is that what I was saying? It's MAGA, it's white supremacy, it's racism that we're fighting against. They're going after you. They've already, I mean, the stereotype for law, the basic stereotype is 5'10", black male, bald head, stuff like that. That's your basic stereotype for any criminal that they're supposed to be looking for. And we've always shown it's not being that. They found a way to institutionalize going against black people for a very long time, chasing you out. It's an institutional thing. So let's stop fighting, point the finger in the right direction against racism, fascism, basically white supremacy. That's what we're fighting against. Let's come together.
I agree with that, Danny. But I stand 10 toes down on what I said. I think it's time for somebody else to lead the fight and let us benefit. We'll get in it, but we want to, you guys, Latino, Spanish, whatever, you guys start this movement. Because
yes, you be the front line.
Because we're sick and tired of starting something and everybody else benefiting off of it.
Yep.
Listen,
that part
guys.
I agree with.
Listen, guys. I appreciate you guys. Me and Dan appreciate you guys for joining in again tonight. I think this was a good show. I hope everybody pay attention to it, especially the Latino community. And guys, listen, once again, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit the notification bell, so you can be automatically notified when the podcast comes out. And guys, listen, we are going to try to start doing our live things. I know we should have been done it, but we're going to try to start our live thing Friday. But we'll send notifications out to you guys to let you know the time and everything else. All right, guys. Dan, you got anything else for the people?
Nope. Like he said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And yes, we are going live on Friday. We will let you know the time. We'll probably do another show to let you know the time before we do the show and everything. But we're gonna get our times together and we're gonna do this. But hey, thank you so much for all the subscribers that we do have. Thank you for sending all them emails and all them messages. And we got a lot of shows that we're gonna do. We're gonna catch back up, y'all.
Yeah,
we're gonna get back into it.
Most
we got a little. We went under the weather, but we're back, y'all. We're back.
We back, people.
Keep going. Keep coming.
Hey, everybody, y'all stay safe out there, okay? Be good to each other. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace.